This is a mother's most desperate moment. Her daughter was bitten on the neck by a lion. The cub struggled desperately, constantly sending out distress signals to her mother. But Saba was powerless. She knew she was no match for the lion. The lioness didn't kill the leopard cub out of hunger. She did it to assert her dominance. Only when the cub had lost all hope of survival did the lioness drop it to the ground. She declared herself the ruler of this land. It wasn't until the lioness had completely left that Saba dared to approach her daughter. She gently licked her fur, carefully picking her daughter up in her mouth, just like when she was a newborn. She couldn't believe her child was gone. The desire for revenge began to grow inside Saba. Soon after, the long-awaited rainy season came to Zambia. This meant there would be more food. To feed the remaining cubs, Saba hunted an antelope on her own. Hungry hyenas watched her hunt from a distance. They moved in without hesitation. But Saba had no intention of yielding. Nearby, a lioness heard the commotion and rushed over. Saba tried to drag her kill away, but the weight of the antelope slowed her down. The lioness launched the first attack. This lioness was the one who had killed Saba's daughter. Faced with the lioness's attack, Saba had no choice but to flee in panic. But her desire for revenge grew stronger. Without looking back, she headed toward the lion pride's territory. The lioness had to pay for what she had done. Soon, Saba arrived at the lion pride's territory, but there was still a group of lionesses guarding their vulnerable cubs. At that moment, a lone antelope appeared within the pride's territory. The lionesses would never refuse an easy meal. When the antelope spotted the approaching lionesses, it fled. The lionesses chased after it. Taking advantage of the distraction, Saba rushed toward the cubs. Soon after, the cub's mother returned to the territory. She smelled the scent of another predator. In a panic, she began counting her cubs, but one was missing. She called out for the missing cub, but there was no answer. Finally, she found her child. But to her despair, Saba was in front of her, devouring her cub. The lioness seemed to recognize Saba. She understood that perhaps this was the price of blood. Soon after, Saba returned to her own territory. She lay quietly on a branch. It seemed that there was no joy in her success of revenge, because, like any mother, she understood better than anyone the pain of losing a child.